Hello there. It's been almost a year now, and so anyway, here I am again with you know who, and it's another hot, sweltering summer season. I'm with this chap here who is always hot under the collar, right? And why not? The temperature is soaring. It's election time, so the politicians are full of hot air. And as for the news cycle, don't let me get started on the news cycle, okay? Come now, okay? You've already started, right? So let us know what's happening in the political universe. Which political universe? Geopolitics, party politics, church politics, petty politics. I mean, what sort of politics are we talking about? Petty politics. There's so much of that going on nowadays. Tell me something. Which end of the political spectrum are you on? I am a hardline, hardcore, conservative, liberal, and there is one tribe that I cannot stand, and those are those woke chaps, okay? Those fence sitters who want to please everybody and they just don't take a stand, come what may. Yeah, I just want to draw your attention to that story which was on Newsnet TV in the last time about this nun who was traveling with some companions and how she was harassed, pulled off the train by a group of people, and then she went through this 18-hour ordeal. Well, she went through an 18-hour ordeal, and it's only when her lawyers sort of appeared that she was actually released and then sort of declared, okay, she was innocent, right? So what do you have to say about that? Isn't it clear to all of us, yeah, where we are all headed, right? I would say the gradual collapse of the rule of law, which we are looking at every day, bit by bit by bit by bit, okay? The crumbling law and order situation, where any gang of gorillas can just gang up and intimidate any person, anywhere, okay? Especially if they are a distinguishable minority or a woman on top of that. That's even better game, right? So the Grand Republic is going bananas. But there is a certain amount of talk that these nuns shouldn't go around wearing their habits and their uniforms and stuff. When they're traveling, they just draw unwelcome attention. So why don't they just put on ordinary clothes and travel? So this is a question that is being asked in many circles. Yes, there have been a lot of my friends who are activist priests and nuns who have also made comments, who have talked about this, and they say that, okay, why did the nun wear her habit? She's inviting trouble. Okay, she should have just gone, worn a plain sari or something like that. She wouldn't have been noticed. So she was inviting trouble. Even priests and nuns say, go in mufti, why do you have to attract such attention, Interestingly, these are the same people who would go hammer and tongs anybody when it comes to defending the right of a Muslim woman to wear a veil or a hijab, okay? The same people, the same activist priests and nuns, okay? So this is unacceptable, huh? Hang on. Now, let's go back to the 1980s, okay? We had the assassination of Indira Gandhi, and we had those very unfortunate riots after that, where Sikhs were targeted by mobs, okay? Instigated by the grand old party, right? And so at that time, what happened? There were a sizable number of Sikhs who abandoned their turbans, cut short their hair out of fear, okay? Tangible fear, okay? They were being targeted. But not all Sikhs did that. The vast majority of Sikhs kept their turbans on because it was part of their identity, it was part of their culture, it had more than just, a symbolic meaning for them. Now, I'm living in a country whose government makes big claims that India is the Vishwa Guru of democracy. India is the Vishwa Guru of tolerance, right? Now, and then that goes without saying that in India, anybody, citizen or non-citizen, okay, should be able to travel in public wearing a garb of their choice, as long as it doesn't offend public morality. And that also is a big question: what is public morality? Okay, that's a debate for another time. So a person in India should be able to travel without fear of being targeted by lawless gangs just because of the clothes they wear. And let's go beyond this, okay? Now, any person, any religious person, okay, whether this person be a Hindu sadhu or a sadhvi wearing saffron, or a Jain muni, or a Buddhist nun, or a Catholic priest or nun wearing their religious garb, okay, why should they be targeted? Or is this part of a narrative that's saying, oh, kapra dekhe pehchano? What is this? Okay, so this is unacceptable, and this does not bode well for the country. It does not bode well for our image. That's it. Hang on. You are sounding so ultra conservative right now. Okay, are you really advocating that priests and nuns should go back to wearing the habit and all that? Okay, I am not advocating for compulsorily wearing your habit. No, take it off. There are times you don't need the habit, okay? But then it's a question of principle over here, okay? Why should you be prevented by outside forces from wearing your habit? The choice of wearing your habit or not, okay, wearing your cassock or not, should be up to you or whatever rules of your congregation. Okay, that's it. No outside force should dictate what you wear or what you eat. There is something else. Yes, there's something else I wanted to talk about, and that is this entire aspect of invisibilization. It's all a question of invisibilization, okay? You can distinguish a nun or a priest or a sadhu or a hijra for that matter, okay, with the kind of dress they wear and the kind of behavior they have. And when you say, okay, let's abandon these signs, is it really good from a psychosocial point of view? Is this desirable? Is this what diversity is all about? Okay, so where is your unity in diversity narrative going? And when it comes from activists, social activists, leaders, and I don't think that leaders, church leaders or religious leaders or anybody else should be trying to have this fear narrative coming up here. Okay, do you want to be invisibilized? That's the question. And if you are going to be part of this invisibilization or this ghettoization process, then it's up to you. Oh, you're speaking a little bit too much, People may not like it. Yeah, I know I'm speaking too much. Yeah, I know I'm speaking too much. Many of you people over there are going to be like with puffy faces, and you can write in comments below. But okay, let me tell you, you can write whatever comments you want. Okay, so all this stuff that is going on, do you think it's just this, communal group of people who are doing this sort of stuff? Or is there something more to it? Like, I don't know. I think that the liberal narrative is slowly fading, and from all sides these communal narratives keep coming up, from whichever side it is, whether it's from the Christian side or the Muslim side or the Hindu side. We're feeding into this entire fascist, communalist kind of atmosphere. The problem is this, that we are fearing a few loud voices and we're not standing up. So don't you think it's time for the leaders to speak? Press and all that. It's not just for the press to speak up, or for politicians to take your side, or for your so-called church leaders to come out with things, or it's a question for all of us. What's the narrative we are feeding into? Okay, what are the discussions we are having with our friends? What are the discussions we are having at home? Where is the narrative going? And how much are we influenced by all this crap on the social media? Okay, you got to get out of that. Okay, if you say so. That's it for now. Yeah, I think we leave it at that for today, because I don't want this to be a very long dissertation. So folks, he's had his say for the day, I hope, and we'll be seeing you around one of these days. Take care. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Yeah.